Welcome back. Today, our objective is to clear out my sewer. To aid in this task, I got a camera to scope things out, and I still have a half-inch snake. I was pretty sure the snake was too small for the job, but I wanted to see for myself if that was the case. I also have the benefit of having a sewer inspection from a month ago, in which I learned exactly what sort of blockages I have and how far out they are. I've never used a sewer camera before, so I'm just trying to get a visual of what it looks like down there. Here you can see that the top pipe of my riser is dislocated from the stack. Not a huge issue, but not good. What you're looking at here on the top of the image is where my house connection comes from. It dumps into this pool of standing water. I don't realize it at this time, but that is a house trap. It's a giant P-trap in the 6-inch clay, which complicates this whole process. Behind this P-trap, the clay pipe dumps into the city main sewer around 30 feet in. I'm not able to get my camera past it, and I don't know it yet, but it's because the thing is completely clogged with sediment like sand and other heavy particulates. In modern times, where each drain is required to have its own P-trap, these house traps are not necessary and just make sewer inspection and cleaning more challenging while also getting clogged easily themselves, like mine is. I apologize I didn't get footage of this on my GoPro, but what I'm doing here is trying to get my camera into that 90-degree offshoot that comes off from my house. The method I cooked up was to find a really long piece of wood and use it like a ramp to push the camera into the canal. It was tricky, but it worked after about a minute of trying. This is the connection between the 4-inch cast iron under my house and the 6-inch clay leading to the sewer. I don't know how to get into it yet, so I just flail around for a bit. I want to see the inside of those cast iron pipes to see if the wet wipes are as bad as it looks in the sewer inspection. This is the footage from that inspection now. There are 3 ways to get in. Through the yard, which I don't know how to do yet. I can also get in through the cleanouts like this one, or the roof. I want to try to get this cleanout open before trying the roof. This cap was stuck, I mean welded. Once I got the paint off, the reason became clear. It's copper or brass. When different types of metals are in contact, they corrode. So it's a really bad idea to make a brass cap for a cast iron stack like it is here. Regardless, I try to bust it loose with a cycle of penetrating oil, percussion, and rotational torque. I did this about 7 times, to no success.
What's the fucking point of a cleanout if you can't open it? Answer me that.
I was done messing around, so I decided to use a tuck-pointing chisel and my rotary hammer to try to vibrate it loose. Using this thing is the equivalent of hitting the cap about 10 times a second with medium pressure with a 16-ounce hammer. I really thought this would work. I did this on rotation another 3 times, but it did not budge. I was hoping to use that cleanout first for my cast iron pipes, but since I couldn't get the cap off, I decided to just go straight for the main sewer connection with the snake. Now, a plumber actually sent me some video of the major blockages in this part of my pipes. There are basically 3 big root wads about 25 to 35 feet out, right where my pipe dumps into the city sewer. As you can see here, these roots are pretty major, but thankfully water can still flow. I wasn't sure if my half-inch snake had what it took to tackle these. I had planned to use the camera to check my progress, but I ran into issues getting it past the house trap, so no reinspection for now. And honestly, that was a pretty big problem in my book. I already had an idea for how to get around it later, but for right now, my main concern was just getting this snake down the pipe. The main issue with this half-inch snake is that it tangles easily, just like you're seeing now. These cables are essentially super long springs, so when it's extended really far inside a big pipe like this, the cable pushes against the side of the pipe to get leverage against blockages. But here's the problem. This cable just isn't rigid enough for pipes this wide. It ends up slipping against the inside of the pipe, causing what I call backlash. I ran it through a couple more times just to be safe, but kept running into the same problems. I'm pretty sure I cleared at least some of that blockage though.
Oh, it hit something again. Yeah, it's all tensed up. Oh, it's over there. Damn, those look like fucking water plants. Jesus. Wow, these are seriously kinked. Holy crap. Look at that. Jesus.
After that, I switched back to the window wells again. I went as far as I could with my new higher quality bits, but then I hit a hard wall. It really felt like I wasn't making any progress, so I grabbed my camera to see what was going on. And it's no wonder, I was hitting a solid wall of compacted gravel and dirt. At this point, I just had to call it a day. Thanks for watching! Tomorrow I plan to rent a 3/4 snake and make sure the sewer connection is really taken care of. I hope you'll come learn about that with me.